All right. Okay, so in math, we are trying to do three things to help you guys improve your grades, right? Number one, we are trying to get you ready for your examinations in Colombia. You guys remember, in Colombia, you guys are going to have two exams. This year, you guys are going to have Saber 9, right? The exam Saber 9. You guys knew that, right? Before we go to vacations, we practice that part, right? Mentira, no sé si debo decir esto en español o en inglés. Vamos a decirlo en españolito, más bien. Vamos a decirlo en españolito. Antes de que nos fuéramos a vacaciones, hicimos el mock, ¿cierto? Hicimos una prueba de mentiritas de Saber 9, ¿verdad? Yo cuidé su examen, ¿se acuerdan? Ok, pues ese es uno de los exámenes que vemos en Colombia. Pero hay otro examen que se toma en 11. Antes lo llamábamos la prueba ICFES, ahora se llama la prueba Saber 11. Prueba Saber 11. Lo que estamos haciendo en matemáticas para tratar de que a ustedes les vaya bien en el resto de sus vidas es una recomendación que nos dio una empresa, es una empresa sueca, que se dedica a transformar sueños en oportunidades internacionales. Hombre, esta empresa se llama Education First. La empresa le dice a los estudiantes, bueno, a los colegios, para que le digan a los estudiantes, ¿qué debería tener un estudiante si quiere entrar a una universidad buena, como por ejemplo Harvard o Columbia, la de Stanford, Princeton, Yale? ¿Qué debe tener? Y la regla número 1 que dice esta empresa Education First es las notas de las calificaciones en secundaria. Tal cual. Las notas de las calificaciones en secundaria. Eso es lo que dice. Eso es fundamental. Y más ahora que si se lo han empezado a pensar, ya este año, muchas universidades no aceptarán exámenes finales de prueba 11, prueba Saber 11. Muchas universidades reconocidas en este país y a nivel internacional aceptarán el recorderis, no solo la de 11, las anteriores, porque dirán, ok, no voy a calificar, no voy a valer las personas que entran a mi universidad solo por un examen que todo el mundo puede haber pasado porque lo hizo en línea. ¿Se han puesto a pensar eso? Entonces muchas personas dejan su decisión, su habilidad de entrar a universidades para saber, para cuando llegan a 11, al examen ICFES, saber 11. Y no deberíamos, según la empresa Education First, deberíamos dedicarnos a esto desde toda la vida educativa. Desde que estamos en quinto, sexto, séptimo, octavo, noveno, décimo y once. Así que, mis niños, el mensaje para ustedes es, métanle ganas. Esa prueba Pensar 9, la que ustedes ya presentaron, bueno, presentaron el mock. Métanle ganas para que van aprendiendo y vayan a una universidad buena, ¿listo? Ok. Segunda herramienta que estamos haciendo en matemáticas para que nos vaya bien, para mejorar sus notas, muchachos. Ok. Yo les he contado un poquito de cómo es que funciona el IB, ¿cierto? Pero creo que no les he contado cómo es que se hacen los exámenes. Les voy a contar ahora. Porque muchas personas se me acercan y me dicen, profe, es que no entiendo cómo así lo de los exámenes. O sea, vamos a llegar a 11 y nos hacen un examen, ¿cómo así? Bueno, cuando lleguen a 11, en 11, no por allá en noviembre, van a presentar el examen de matemáticas. Diferentes personas de ustedes verán diferentes cursos de matemáticas, ¿no? Hay dos cursos en este momento, hay dos materias. Una es matemáticas, análisis e interpretaciones. No, aplicaciones e interpretaciones es una, la que doy yo. Y la otra es análisis, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿cuál voy a elegir? No puede ser. Ok, bueno, esa la miramos después. Yo también los he ayudado bastante para que miren más o menos qué pinitos, qué materia les va gustando, ¿no? Pero ¿cómo funcionan los exámenes? Cuando lleguen a 11 de noviembre, las personas que eligieron una materia tendrán un examen, las personas que eligieron otra materia tendrán el otro examen. Y la manera en la que se hace es que se les muestra, el examen llega al colegio, perdón, completamente sellado. Y ese examen se abre, así de importante es, ese examen se abre 3 minutos, exactamente 3, 5 minuticos antes de que empecemos el examen. O sea, ustedes están sentados en su posición y lo abrimos y lo empezamos a entregar. Nosotros no lo hemos ni siquiera visto. Lo han visto como 10 personas de la organización del ICFES, de la IB, como 10 personas. Ustedes lo resuelven, anotan las respuestas, ¿cierto? Lo entregan, nosotros lo recogemos y lo enviamos a la IB. Nosotros no calificamos eso. El IB tiene unas personas encargadas para calificar eso. Mira más o menos cómo es un examen. Voy a poner así cómo sería un examen. Algunas personas están encargadas de ver ese examen. Mira, más o menos así sería el examen. Aquí viene el Candidate Session Number. Ustedes anotan ahí el nombre, ¿cierto? Viene Tina abajito la primera pregunta. Mira, ¡pum! Una pregunta, aquí anotan la respuesta, pregunta, aquí anotan la respuesta, pregunta, anotan la respuesta, etcétera. ¿Eh? Y aquí están las respuestas. Esto es lo que utiliza una persona que va a calificar. Se llama un Mark Scheme. Esto es de mayo del 2016. Por supuesto, esto no les sirve a ustedes, ¿no? Aquí están todas las instrucciones. Si la persona anota esto, ¿qué hago? Ay, mira, dale tantas marquitas, dale tantas marquitas. Todo esto está estandarizado para que cada uno de ustedes reciba la cantidad de marquitas que se merece. Mira, aquí está la pregunta 1 y aquí está qué debió haber hecho la persona en el cuadernito. Entonces aquí, en este espacio, esto debió haber sido lo que la persona hizo. Aquí, en este dibujo, aquí la persona debió haber dibujado algo así y se le van a dar marquitas por tales cositas y aquí vienen con noticas. Esto es para mostrarles a mis niños cómo todo esto ya está estandarizado. Todo esto lo cuadra un poco de gente mucho más inteligente que uno. ¿Eh? Ok, ¿y eso como para qué? ¿Para qué nos sirve eso? Ay, hijo de madre, se me perdió. Aquí está. Bueno, pues para que ustedes se enteren más o menos cómo va a ser su proceso, ¿listo? No es de miedo, es de prepararse. Es cero miedos. Cuando lleguemos a 10º 11 los vamos a preparar bien preparaditos para esos exámenes. La mayoría de personas les ha ido bien, entonces van a ver cómo ustedes también, ¿listo? Y tercera herramienta que estamos trabajando en matemáticas, la tercera. Las tutorías. Mis niños, por favor, abriéndome el chat o abriéndome el micrófono o escribiéndome en el chat, ¿cuántos de ustedes han pedido tutorías al profesor Gustavo? ¿Cierto? Ok, noveno A es el noveno que más tutorías pide, seguido de noveno E, noveno B y noveno C, cero. Mi niño, las tutorías son importantísimas, son una herramienta súper fuerte para recordar, repasar o solucionar las dudas que uno tiene. Entonces, mis niños, por favor, no dejen de pedir tutorías. Me escriben un correo, profe, mira, yo quiero una tutoría, por favor, y hablamos de las cosas que me pides. La gente de 11 se la pasa pidiendo tutorías. Uf, gente de 11 se la pasa pidiendo. Esas son, yo tengo 11, muchas tutorías, décimo, hartas tutorías, luego viene noveno A, noveno B y noveno C de últimas que no piden. Les recomiendo, muchachos, pidan sus tutorías. Ok, 3 estrategias que estamos viendo en matemáticas para mejorar nuestras notas. Y quería hacer este break para ahora sí, play the other game. You guys ready? Here it is. Is it here? Is it here? Yes. And here we go. Randomize the order of answers. Classic. All right, guys, please go to kahoot.it. Go to kahoot.it with the game pin 7665261. Put in your name and let's do this. Ta 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 ta. What am I gonna do with this chair? Can I leave it there? No. 16 people on. We need more. Come on, guys. We need more. Isa Castaño says, hey, mister, I have no power. You don't say light. Mira, cuando se nos va la luz, no decimos que se nos fue la light. Decimos que se nos fue la energía. I have no power. All right? So Isa Castaño says, hey, mister, I had no power, and that is why I couldn't connect before. All right, Isa, don't worry. You can do it now. Go to Kahoot.it with the game PIN 7665261, and we will be waiting for you. Majo Reoa says, Joe, did you ask for a tutoring? You did. You did. You asked for a tutoring. Pretty good, Majo. All right. All right, 18 people. We need more. Come on, guys. 19 people. We have 23 people today in the class. So I want to see as many of those as possible playing Kahoot. That's what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to play Kahoot. That's it. That's it. Ta 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 ta. 19 people. Anybody needs more time? 20 people. Nobody else? Okay, I'm gonna start now, guys. If you need more time, go ahead and say something. Open the mic or write in the chat, please. I'm not gonna know if I am supposed to wait for you or not if you don't say something. Come on, guys, say something. Nobody else? 22 players? All right, here we go. Review number 2. Are you ready? A is an equation equivalent to one of this form. What is that? What is that? Is that a quadratic formula? Or a regular equation? Maybe that is a linear equation. Or is it a quadratic equation? Which one? Which one it is? I don't know. Why? All right. Congratulations. 8 people said quadratic equation. It is not a quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is something else. So beautiful. And these are the positions. Mariana is coming up strong in the first position. Samuel Espinosa in the second one. Isabela in the third. Camacho in the fourth. And Samuel Nunez in the fifth position. Beautiful. Next question. Quadratic equations can also be called... What is another name? What is another name for a quadratic equation? Can you call them roots? Can you call them linear? Can you call them easy? Yeah.
Easy is the answer.
I like you, brother. I like you. Or can you call them second degree equations? Which ones? Which ones? Number... no, green. The answer is green. Second degree equations. Beautiful, guys. Yes. Roots has something to do with equations, with quadratic equations, but that's not another name. That is not another name. Linear, no. Linear, those are lines. Quadratic equations are little curvitas, parabolas. So, no, those are not linears. All right. And these are the positions. Mariana S. in the first position. Samuel Espinosa in the second one. Sofia L. going up for the third position. Juanes Patiño. Beautiful, Juanes. Pretty good. Going up for the fourth. And Daniela R. going up for the fifth position. Beautiful. Next question. We use this formula to... What do we use this formula for? No, I don't know. What do we use those formulas for? Yes, we use those formulas, that formula, to find the solutions of quadratic equations. That formula right there, that was the quadratic formula. Quadratic formulas and quadratic equations. Two different things. And let's take a look at the positions. Sofia L. going up for the first position. Juanes Patiño going up for the second one. Daniela R up for the third. Majo A for the fourth position. And Carol Z for the fifth position. Beautiful, guys. Everybody's going up. Let's see if the pole position is made by the same people, or are these people gonna be dethroned? Let's go with the next one. For this question, you need the image. Ready? That's the image. B squared minus 4AC is called the... It's called the nightmare. No, no. It's called the discriminant. Beautiful, guys. It is called the discriminant. Excellent, excellent. All right. And the positions are these. Juanes Patiño going up. Beautiful, Juanes. Daniela R going up as well. Majo A going up. Ooh, Majo. Are you going to win again? Are you going to win, Majo? Carol Z going up for the fourth position. And Tefa Cabrera in the fifth one going up as well. Next question. You guys ready? For these questions, you also need the image. And here it is. If the discriminant is positive, then the equation... What happens? What happens? The equation has two different solutions. Yes. 13 people had it right. 7 people said no real solution. That is a mistake. That is when something else happens that I'm not going to say, because it is probably the next question. So, and the last one has one repeated solution. No, that also happens when something else happens that I'm not going to say. But yeah, it has two different solutions. Remember, the discriminant, positive, 2 solutions. Let's go with the next one. Oh, no, positions. Daniela R going up for the first position. Samuel Nunez for the second one. Juanes Patiño staying strong in the third one. Valerie again for the fourth position going up. And Mariana S going up for the fifth position. And here comes the next question. You also need the image for this one. When the discriminant is equal to 0, then the equation... What happens to the equation if the discriminant is 0? The equation is really easy. Yes, the equation is really easy. The equation has one repeated solution. Remember, discriminant equal to 0. One solution. Discriminant positive, 2 solutions. Which means... All right, positions. Valerie going up for the first position. Mariana S for the second one. Daniela R staying strong in the third one. Maria Jose Roa going up for the fourth. And Majo A for the fourth one. Majo is staying at number 5. With 1,200 points under the first position. But Majo A looks like he's going up for the big prize. All right, next question. You also need the image for this one. What did you guys guess it's going to be? Ooh. When the discriminant is negative, lower than 0, negative, then the equation... What? The equation what? Yes! The equation has no solution. Negative meaning no solution. Beautiful. And here are the positions. Valerie on fire with the first position. Mariana S in the second one. Daniela R in the third. Majo Roa in the fourth. And Daniel Osorio. Danny, pretty good, brother. In the fifth position. Let's go with the next one. If the functions open up, then what can we say about this? If the functions opens up, which means like this, what can we say about A? Hmm? What is going on with A? Yes, guys, A is bigger than 0. If it opens up, that means A is positive, bigger than 0. A number that is bigger than 0, a positive number. Positive number makes it so that the parabola is up. Negative numbers makes it so that the parabola is down. Okay, congratulations to the 17 people. And here are the positions. Valeria for the first, Mariana for the second, Majo Roa for the third, Daniel Osorio for the fourth. Man, Daniel, pretty good. Keep it up. And Danny R for the fifth. Let's go with the next one. Which functions open up? Can you tell? Can you tell which functions open up? Is it the first and the second? Does all of those open up? Maybe first and third. Or maybe second and third. Which functions open up, guys? We have 15 people saying 1 and 3, and that is correct. 1 and 3 open up. The second one had a value of A that was negative. So here are the positions. Mariana S for the first, Valeria for the second one, Daniel Osorio for the third, Tefa Cabrera for the fourth, and Daniela R for the fifth position. We are getting close to the final question. Let's see who wins. The value C represents that little number over there. The little number over there. The value C represents. What is C representing, guys? What is C? C is representing the way she looks at you. For sure. The y-intercept. Beautiful, guys. Pretty good. The value of C will always represent the y-intercept. And these are the positions. Valerie with in number 1 with 8,800 points. Daniel Osorio on fire with 8,700 points. Mariana S on third position. Majo A on the fourth position. Only 400 points to get to the first position. So Majo A is getting real close to win again. And Tefa Cabrera with the fifth position, only 10 points under Majo A. Let's continue with the question 11. Here it comes. Some different ways of naming the solution of quadratic equations are. How else can we say, can we name the solutions? Are they named maximum and minimum? Are they named thingies? Are they named roots? Are they what? How else do we call these solutions? Beautiful, guys. 7 people said x-intercepts, zeros, and roots. And that is correct. 9 people said zeros, maximum, minimum, and roots. No, maximum and minimums are some other things. Those are not the solutions. Those have to do with equations, but are not the solutions. And when you say reals, this is the problem. Reals, for the people who said red was the answer. When you say reals, you don't call the solutions reals. The solutions can also be some other things. So no, really. Okay, here are the positions. Majo A in the first position. Look at that. Is Majo A gonna win again? Is Majo A gonna win again? Are you gonna let her? What? All right, Valerie for the second position, Daniel Osorio for the third, Mariana S for the fourth, and Tefa Cabrera for the fifth position. Ooh. All right, here we go. Ready? There. The parabola has its at x equals negative b over 2a. How do you call that thing? That the one of the arrow. That one over there. How do you call that one? It's vertex. Beautiful, guys. That one right there is the vertex. Congratulations, guys. And these are the positions now. Majo A. Whoosh. Majo A is gone, man. Majo A is gone with 11,000 points in the first position. Valerie for the second one, Mariana S for the third, Maria Jose Roa for the fourth, and Camacho for the fifth position. Can Maria Jose Altamar hold the first position, or will anybody take it from her? Let's see. In a complex number, A is called... What do we call the A in a complex number? What? How do we call the A? What is the A? Okay, that is a number, but it has a name, right? Don't just say green, please. Don't say green. It is a number, but how do we call that number? We called it the real part. Beautiful, guys. In a complex number, A plus BI, the A is the real part. Okay. And here are the results. Valerie taking the first position from Majo A. Majo, are you gonna let her? Majo Altamar, are you gonna let Valerie take the prize from you? Majo Roa for the third position, Tefa Cabrera for the fourth, and Daniel Osorio staying strong in the fifth position. Beautiful, guys. Let's continue with the next question. In a complex number, B is called... What do we call the B? How do we call the B, guys? All right, it's a number, but it has a name, right? It has a name. So how do we call the B? It has to be called some way. It has to have a name. Do we call it complex? Do we call it zero? No. We call it imaginary part. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Complex, for the people who said blue was the answer, complex is the combination of all. A plus BI. All of that is complex number. But A is the real and BI is the imaginary. Okay? Beautiful. So let's continue with the positions now. Valerie in the first, Majo A in the second one. Tefa Cabrera in the third, Daniel Osorio going up one position for the fourth, and Mariana S in the fifth position. Beautiful. Next question. In a complex number, I is the imaginary unit. How much is I squared? That's the question. How much is I squared? I to the 2. I to the second power. I times I. Has to be worth something, right? So how much is it? How much? When we talk about complex numbers, we say that I squared is -1. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. That is the definition, the basis of complex numbers. I to the 2 is -1. Beautiful. Congratulations to these 15 people. And now here are the same positions. All right. Everybody got it right, apparently. All right. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Let's go with the next one. Question 16 of 20. If a plus bi is a complex number, then how did you call a minus bi? How did you call that one? Huh? Okay, a plus bi is one number. How did you call a minus bi? Did I say too much? You, 10 of you are correct. A minus bi is the conjugate. 3 people said negative. That is wrong. That is not the negative number. No. And 9 people said it was the opposite. Again, just because you find a negative, that doesn't mean it's the opposite. It's not. It's the conjugate, all right? We studied this a long time ago. It's okay. That's why this is a review. So for the 10 people who said red was the answer, congratulations. And that makes it so that Juan Espatiño is, goes up to the 4th position on fire. All right. Valerie is in the 1st position with 16,000 points. Majo Altamar is in the 2nd position with 14,000 points. And Tefa Cabrera, real close to Majo Altamar. Who is going to win the 1st position? Are you going to let Valerie take the game? Or are you going to be faster than her? Here we go, guys. Next question, question 17 of 20. Another unit different than degrees, all right? Don't say degrees, different than degrees. To measure angles is what is a different unit to measure angles? We studied 2, right? We studied degrees and radians. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You do not measure angles in feet. You do not measure angles in centimeters. Those units are units for distance, not for increases in angles. Only degrees and radians. And everybody says the same except for Majo Roa, who goes up for the 5th position. All right. Let's go for the next one. 18 of 20. We only have 2 more questions. You guys need to be fast. The point 1, negative 1,3 is located in what quadrant? Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. What is the quadrant of the point negative 1,3? Huh? How did you call that quadrant? 13 people said quadrant 2, and you guys are correct. It is not quadrant 3. It is not quadrant 1. It is not quadrant 4. You guys need to remember how to locate points in the Cartesian plane, all right? Here comes the answer. No, the positions. Everybody stays the same. Valerie goes up 2,000 points from the 2nd position. Can you guys beat her? Or did she already won? Did she already win? Let's see. Find it on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Just kidding. 19 of 20. The usual name for coordinates is... This is the usual name. We're talking about the usual name. The ones that you guys always use. How do you call those coordinates? Super easy. Super easy. You guys are correct. Those are called rectangular coordinates. Only 4 people got it right. 15 people said X and Y, and that is a mistake. X and Y is the order in which you write them down. But that is not the name. The usual name is rectangular coordinates. That is the usual name. Why is this important? Because there are rectangular coordinates and some other coordinates, right? X and Y is the order, but the name is rectangular. Let's say if this changed the organization. All right, no, everybody stood the same. Everybody stood the same. And Majo Roa is on fire. Pretty good, Majo. Pretty good. But everybody stood the same. Let's go for the last question and we can find the winner. The image represents what type of coordinates? Radians! Of course not. Tira, tira, teacher. Has to be tira. Come on. Or easy. Polar coordinates, 9 people said red, and you guys are correct. Those are the polar coordinates that we have been studying. For the rest, those are not radians, those are not regular coordinates, those are not theta. I can only think that you guys saw that you were gonna lose, so you just press something real quick, see maybe that gave you points, right? Okay. Let's go with the answers. No, the podium, the podium. In the third position, we have Majo Roa. In the second position, we have Tefa Cabrera and standing strong as a winner. Number 1, we have Valerie. Congratulations, guys. Thank you for coming to participate in my game. I wanted this class to be something different today, all right? This is what I wanted to do, have something a little bit different today. All right, let me cut this. All right. There. I wanted us to have some fun today, right? Because I know that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to come back from vacations, right? We do nothing in vacations. Maybe we play games or have a good time, and then coming back and the first class has to be biology, physics, math. Then, man, I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. So I wanted us to review. I wanted us to review the topics, right, that we may have forgotten from the past. And next class, we are going to begin strong with the ending of polar coordinates. All right, guys? For the next class, I'm going to leave you a homework. I'm going to leave you a homework, guys. All right? I am going to leave you homework. You guys ready? You need to write it down. You need to write it down, guys. All right? Here is the homework. Please come on time for my class. Next class, we will only have hour and a half. And I have to explain the rest of the topics. So I need you to be on time. As fast as possible. Please. At exactly 8:30, I will begin with the class. All right? So please, the homework is you need to tell your teacher, your group director. You need to tell him, hey, teacher, please remember, Gus say that we needed to stay to come to the class on time. Right? That is the homework. You need to say that to your teacher, to your group director. And you're going to ask him, teacher, can we leave 5 minutes earlier so that you come to my class on time? All right, guys? I need all of you. We're going to finish this topic. But in order to do that, I need as much time as possible. All right, guys? Beautiful. Before I go, is anybody going to say something? No? Okay. So somebody has the mic open. Okay.
The next class, we don't have group direction.
Okay, beautiful. That's even better then. Then you don't have to go to your group director and say that. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. You don't have to go to your group director. You just have to come to me on time. Please Please come to me on time. That is the homework. Did you write it down? That is the homework, guys. I need as much time as I can get. So I'm going to begin the class at exactly 8:30. Please, please come to me on time. All right. Thank you all for coming. I know it is 11:50, but to be honest, I only had these two games prepared for today. So I'm going to gift you these 10 minutes. Go ahead and do something that you want to do, all right? Have some fun. Stand
Profe,
up from
no
the
nos está
chair.
dejando
Do
10
something
minutos,
else, all
sino
right?
40.
Yes, what? Yes?
Que
What?
clases, pero pues no
Ah,
son 10, sino
Tefa
40
Cabrera says
minutos.
the class ends at 12:30. All right, so we are not closing the class. Thank you. All right, Patiño, don't leave, please. Tefa, thank you for letting me know. And Santiago Camacho, don't leave again. Man, I forgot about this. We have 30 minutes. I forgot about this. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so we can do some more things. Guess what we're gonna do? Tefa Cabrera, yes. I did again. Thank you for letting me know, Tefa. Thank you for not being like certain monitor that we have that don't let me know these things. Thank you for not being like that person. Thank you for being helpful. Thank you, Tefa. All right, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna read. Yeah, sorry guys, me ha pasado como 3 veces. Sí. What we're gonna do is we're going to continue with the topics. That's what we're gonna do, right? So yeah, let me just have a seat and show you my slides. Where are my slides? Okay, where are my slides? Here, 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 here. All right. Pasado como 3 veces. Sí, señora, tienes toda la razón. Qué mamera, ¿no? Esos cambios de horario, a la uy. Okay. Let's just do a little review. Let's just do a little review, you know? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's take a little bit of a review and do that. All right. There. All right, guys. So let's take a look at this. All right. Let's do a little bit of a review. By the way, is anybody missing today? Tefa Cabrera, profe, ¿escriben el grupo para que vuelvan? Well, yes, please. Thank you, Tefa. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Luna, Lunita, are you here with us or not? She's not with us, right? Does anybody know? Why Lunita is not with us? Luna Alejandra Umaña. No reason? Okay. Thank you, Nata. She has trouble with the internet. Thank you, Nata. Appreciate it. Thank you. Did you talk with her, Nata? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Nata. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys. We're gonna do a review. Right? We're gonna do a review. How do we convert from polar to rectangular? This is pretty simple, right? This is just a little bit of a review in preparation for the next topic, all right? So we're gonna use two formulas. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this or not? We're gonna use two formulas. To do this, we're gonna do an example. Tefa Cabrera, I already sent the message. Thank you, Tefa. Appreciate it. You are really, really kind. Thank you, Tefa. All right, so we're going to do this exercise over here. This is one of the exercises that we already did. This is a review, right? So how do we convert from this polar to some rectangulars? How? Pretty simple. We first plot the point and we recognize that 6 comma pi over 6 is exactly over here, right? A radius of 6 and an angle of 30 degrees, right? Remember, to know that this angle is 30 degrees instead of pi over 6, we need to change pi over 6 to degrees. pi over 6 is in radians, we change it to degrees, right? We have to do that part first. And after that, after we have done that, now we can calculate the coordinates. Now, we notice that the point is exactly in the first quadrant, right? This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4, right? Since it is in the quadrant 1, we know that x and y have to be positive. Also, we know just from the drawing, the value of x is 5 comma something, and the value of y is really close to 3. Or maybe it's exactly 3, right? All right, so how do we do this? Pretty simple. We know that the radius is 6, and we know that the theta, the angle, is pi over 6. So all we have to do is replace in the formula. The formula for the variable x is right here in the corner, x comma r cosine of theta. We replace the values, x comma 6 times cosine of pi over 6, and we put it in a calculator. If we are using the calculator, we have to remember that the calculator has to be set to radians. If it is set to degrees, it will not work because we are introducing radians. If the calculator is set for degrees, we have to write down 30 instead of pi over 6. All right. Press enter, and we have that x is close or around 5.2. 5.19, so 5.2. And that is exactly what it looks here, 5.2. All right. Now we have our coordinate for x. How do we find the coordinate for y? Just pretty simple. Just use the little formula for y. Replace the values of r and theta, the exact same values that we have here, r and theta, which are these ones, r and theta, and put it in a calculator. Again, the calculator has to be set to radians because we are introducing radians in the sign. Put it in the calculator, and we know that y is exactly 3. Meaning the coordinates are the rectangular coordinates are 5.2, 3. 5.2, 3. The polar coordinates were 6, pi over 6. But the rectangular coordinates are 5.2, 3. Beautiful. That is exactly how do we do this thing. That is exactly how we do this thing. As a review, here are some other examples. We plot the point, and we know that the point is in the second quadrant of the plane. So we know x has to be negative, y has to be positive. Then, from here, simply replace the values of r and theta. R is -4, theta is negative pi over 4. And we replace it in the formulas. For x, we're going to use the formula for x. For y, we're going to use the formula for y. In x, we replace the r, -4, and the theta, negative pi over 4. Put this inside a calculator, and we have, sorry guys, and we have the result, -2.82. So something around -2.8. If we do it with y, it's going to be the same process. Replace the value of r, replace the value of theta. I'm sorry, guys. And we have our value for the y coordinate, 2.8. From here, we know now that the answer, the rectangular coordinates, were -2.8, 2.8. Look, the value of x for the x coordinate, the value of y for the y coordinate. Pretty simple, huh? Again, I'm going absolutely fast because this is a review. This is what we saw before we left vacations. And I want to review this just to make you, get you in the mood of learning something new. Some more exercises, right? And now we come with the new topic. All right, guys. For everybody at home, I need you to take out your notebook because what I'm about to tell you is new. And you're going to have to write down notes. All right? You guys ready? All right. How did you convert? Okay. How did you convert from rectangular to polar? In the past, we convert from polar to rectangular. From polar to rectangular. Right? Polar to rectangular. But now from rectangular to polar, we are going back. We are going back. Right? We are going back. I'm gonna give you a coordinate in rectangular, and you need to change it to polar coordinate. But how is that done? How is that done? Look at this. Converting for rectangular coordinates, x comma y, to polar coordinates, r comma theta, converting is a little bit more complicated, all right? Again, you guys need to write down everything, everything that you need to, all right? Please. Oh, guys, again, we are not anymore in Kahoot, right? We are not anymore in Kahoot. So there's no excuse for you not turning on the camera, right? So please turn on the camera. Let me see your little faces. Thank you. Let me see your faces, guys. Turn the camera on. Thank you. If you are on the cell phone, turn the cell phone on. The camera of the cell phone. All right, I have some people who have the camera on. All right, beautiful. So again, we are going to convert from rectangular to polar, right? And this is a little bit more complicated. It is not something awful. I hate doing this. No, but it has a little bit more rules, which is why I'm asking you to write down as much as you can. All right, here it comes. We will begin each example by plotting the given rectangular coordinates. That is how we're going to begin. Every single example, we have to plot it. Otherwise, it will be really, really hard. We have to plot it. And the best way for me to explain something like this is with an example. So let's begin with the first one. Find polar coordinates of a point whose rectangular coordinates are 0, 3. Right? So these are rectangular, meaning the 0 is for x and the 3 is for y. This is not theta, this is not r. No. These are rectangular coordinates, right? So this is x and this is y. If we plot it, we know that the point is exactly there. 0 in x, 3 in y, right? So take a look at this. The first challenge of this exercise is knowing from what type of point are you starting. Are you starting from a rectangular point or are you starting from a polar point? Eh?
We start from a rectangular.
Yes, beautiful, brother. Yes, in this example, we start with a rectangular, right? In future exercises, you need to know with which type of point you are starting, you are beginning your work, all right? That is the first challenge. All right. Number two, challenge number 2, we plot it. Plotting points in the rectangular plane is absolutely simple. 0 for x and 3 for y. This one is the one that we have been working for our entire lives. This one is absolutely simple. So what do we do from here? Okay, what do we do from here? Remember, we are changing from rectangular to polar, right? So in other words, recortes here. We use this tool. In other words, what we have to do is find this angle. Let me do it with red. In other words, we have to find this angle all the way to here, right? How much is this? Because this will represent the theta. And how much is this measure of this line? Right? Because this line, this line is the one that represents the radius, right? So how much is the radius and how much is the theta? Now, in this precise exercise, we don't have to do a lot because we can just see from the drawing, we can just see the value of r and the value of theta. Now, can anybody say it in the chat? If you are wrong, it's okay. I'm not going to name names, all right? If you got it right, I'm going to say it for everybody. I want everybody to know that you are correct. So don't be ashamed. Don't be scared if you had it wrong. I'm not going to say anything, all right? Again, we are looking for the angle, this angle here, which can be seen. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the angle there. You don't have to measure that angle. You don't have to do mathematics. The angle can be seen, right? So how much is that angle? All right, let's see. We have 3 answers. And everybody is saying 90 degrees. And you guys are correct. Congratulations to Juan Nicolás Parra, Tefa Cabrera, and Daniela Ruiz. You guys are correct. This is 90 degrees. Again, we can see it. We know that this is a right angle. We know that. This is 90 degrees. We know that. So we don't have to do anything else in this point, in this exercise. We don't have to do anything else, right? We can just see the graph. Okay. But what about the R? What about the measurement? The radius. The radius is the measure from 0 to the point. But again, look at that. We can see it, right? We can see how long is this line. We can see the measure. It is right there, right? Can you say it in the chat? All right, we have 4 people saying it already. Majo Roa says 3. Tefa Carrera says 3. Daniela Ruiz says 3. Juan Nicolás Parra says 3. And Daniel Osorio says 3. And you guys are correct. The radius is 3. 3 what? I don't know. Maybe 3 centimeters. I don't know. Maybe 3. It depends, right? We're going to say 3 units, right? Because this could be 3 little units over here, right? But you guys are correct. In this case, this point, 0,3, has a polar coordinates that are 3, 90 degrees. And again, we did it just by looking. We didn't do any formulas. We didn't take out the calculator. We didn't take a protractor. We didn't do nothing else but look at the drawing. We just look at it. That is all we did, right? Some exercises like this one are simple like that. Some others are not. Tefa Cabrera says, do we need to convert from degrees to radians? Tefa Cabrera, you don't need to. You don't have to. But you could if you want to. If you could, you can change this from degrees. I forgot the little degree here. To radians, which will be 3, let me see. 2 pi over 2. Right? This is in degrees, this is in radians, right? So Tefa, you don't have to, all right? But you could if you want to, all right? Any of these 2 answers are good. All right, again, this point is absolutely simple. But sometimes these are not so simple. If the point is located somewhere else, things are gonna change a little bit, right? Let's take a look at the presentation, all right? Determine the distance r from the origin of the point. Well, the distance r is this one here, as we did it, right? That distance is r. The point 0,3 lies on the y-axis and a distance of 3 units from the origin. We can count it. 1, 2, and 3, just like all of you did on the chat. So we know that our r equals 3. We have the first value. Remember, we are finding r and theta. So we know the value r is 3 because we can just look at it. That's it. We can just look at it. But what about theta? Okay, determining theta is this angle here, this angle of elevation. Look at that. Whoop, 90 degrees. This angle is a right angle, right? So we know theta is 90 degrees. This is basic geometry from 5th grade. We know that this is 90 degrees because this is a right angle, right? A line with vertex at the origin through 0, 3 forms an angle of theta equals 90 degrees with the y-axis. So now that we have our r and our theta, r equals 3 and theta equals 90 degrees, we can just write down the polar coordinates. The polar coordinates for this point are 3, 90 degrees. And that is it. That is it, guys. All right. Let's go for a second point, a second question, a second exercise. As we move forward into the slides, we are going to see that some exercises are easier than some other exercises. All right, this one. Find the polar coordinates of a point. Give me a second. Somebody's saying something in the chat. Absolutely, yes, I can. Cata Castro says, hola, profe. Es que no tenía internet hasta ahorita. Puedo ingresar. No sé si puede asistir a una tutoría. Yes, Cata. Always. You can for sure ask for tutorings. All you have to do is send me an email. All right? Send an email, please. You can write it right now, or you can write it later on your free time. It doesn't matter. Make sure that you write an email, right, Cata? Because if you don't, I am going to forget. I have a lot of things to do. So please, write an email saying, hola, profe, porfa, ¿me cuadras una tutoría, por favor? And believe me, I will give you a tutoring, all right? Cata Castro, hey, it's my pleasure, all right? Thank you to you. Thank you for asking for a tutoring, Cata. I know a lot of people don't like tutorings. A lot of people hate tutorings. So thank you for asking for one. All right. Nico, can I continue now? Nico.
Sí, ya, profe. Es que empecé a hablar con el micrófono apagado.
Okay, thank you, brother. All right, let's continue. You know what? As an example, let's try to do this. As an example, let's erase all of this. I want you guys to help me with this. Forget about this point. Forget about this point. This is not the point we're talking about. Forget about this point, all right? Help me find the polar coordinates of this point over here. This is the point. Can you guys help me with this? All right. This point is in the Cartesian plane. So we know that this point has coordinates for x equals 2 and for y equals 0, right? 2, 0. Those are the rectangular. Rectangular. Wait. Rectangular coordinates. Right? Can you find the polar coordinates? Polar. We need an r and a theta. Okay. We can do this point just by looking at it. Look at the measure r and look at the degrees. How much is it? Again, look at the measure r. This is the measure r, right? This is the radius from here to there. This is the radius, right? This is the r. How much is r here? And then look at the angle. Look at the angle. All right, so we have some answers in the chat. We had some answers in the chat. All right, I have one answer, but I need more before we continue. Can anybody else say it? Remember, I will not say anything if you have it wrong, guys. Just write it down. Okay, just write it down. But please try. Please try. Maria Salome, I want to see your answer in the chat, please.
Yes, I'm good.
Thank you, Maria Salome. Valerie, I want to see your answer in the chat, please. Our winner, one of the winners. Was the other winner? I have it here. Majo Altamar. Majo Altamar. Majo. I want to see your answer in the chat, Majo. Give it a try. I want to see your answer in the chat. There we go. Now we have some answers. Beautiful. All right. You guys are correct. Tefa Cabrera, Majo Altamar, thank you for participating. Thank you. Don't be ashamed. All right. Don't worry. All right. The radius is in fact 2. This is the R. Why? Because we can count this. Look, from here to there. 1 and 2. The radius is 2. We can look at it. Pretty good. And then the elevation, there is no elevation. The angle is 0. Uy, I said theta, sorry. The angle is 0 degrees. There is no elevation there. There is no elevation. Remember, this is 90 degrees, right? If I go around half a circle, this is 90 plus 90. So 180. 90 plus 90. If I go all the way here, this is 90 plus 90 plus 90. 90 times 3, right? 90 plus 90 plus 90. So this is 270. And if I go around the full circle, this is 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90. This is 360. So another way of writing the same point, this is the point 2, 0, right? But another point will be 2, 360 degrees. Because we have no elevation or we have a full circle. This is correct. This is correct. All right, guys. All right. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Let me just erase all of this. There are some points that we can just see. There are some others that we cannot. But I want you to practice with this. So what we're gonna do right now is, can you guys help me with this? Can you guys help me find the polar coordinates of this point? Danny Osorio, I want to see your answer in the chat, brother. Give it a try and write it in the chat, please. Anybody else? Everybody else. Thank you, Maria Salome. I asked, can you guys help me? And Maria Salome said yes. Tan bonita. Thank you, Maria Salome. Right. These are the coordinates for rectangular coordinates. These are -3 in x and 0 in y, right? These are rectangulars. Rectangulars, 3 points, right? But can we find the polar ones? Can we find the polar ones? All right, we have some answers. Beautiful. Some answers. Thank you guys for writing down your answers. I want to see somebody that hasn't been writing. Carol, tell me your answer, please. You're not answering. Bianquita, can you please tell me your answer? Carol, are you present? Say something. Write down something.
Yes.
Thank you, Carol. All right, I want to see your answer, Carol. Bianca, beautiful. Thank you, Bianquita. Appreciate it. Thank you. You're really kind. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Carol. There you go. All right. Well, now that I have everybody writing down the answers, let's see how do we do it. Again, we need to find the values of r and theta. We need r and theta. This is the same process, right? So for r, this is gonna be the line, right? This is gonna be the line. This is our r, right? So we can just count. We can just count the units. Now, don't say -3. No, because remember, when counting polars, -3 means in the opposite direction, which means the point will be over here. Because this is the direction of the line, right? This is the direction. So if we say -3 means that we go in the opposite direction. So we cannot, right? We don't want to go in the opposite direction. We just have a measurement of 1, 2, and 3. R equals 3. Right? R equals 3. Again, not -3. Don't look at the number. Count the spaces. 1, 2, 3. Count the spaces, right? If you were one of the people who write down -3, write down as in your notebook. Write down a note that says, don't look at the number, count the spaces. Please, count the spaces. All right, beautiful. Now that we have our R, let's think about the angle. Okay, and we know the angle, just because this is the line, the angle starts here and goes up through this line and then comes down at exactly this mark. How much is that angle? Well, that is exactly 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So theta is exactly 180 degrees. Beautiful. And now we have our polar coordinate. 3, 180 degrees. Do not forget about the little circle, right? Degrees. If you say the solution is 3, 180, you are making a huge mistake. This is not the solution. Don't forget about the circle of degrees. This is the circle. Remember, if you don't write down the circle, if you don't put the units, the circle is the units. If you don't put the units, you're saying that here there are not 180 degrees. There are 180 radians. Remember, no units means radians. So you need to put the little circle, the little circle, the little circle for the degrees, all right? Beautiful. That's it. It's that simple. Congratulations for the people who congratulations to the people who write in the chat the answer, right? Thank you to all of you for participating. Thank you. 3, 180 degrees. 3, right? Positive 3, guys. Positive. Now, of course, we could also say -3, but this is something more advanced because if we change the direction of the line, that means we also have to change the angle. So this is something more advanced. If you want to, you can do that and you can ask me in a tutoring how you do that. But as of now, I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to make a mess in your head, all right? I don't want to confuse you guys. So let's just keep with this as an answer. 3, 180 degrees. Positive 3, guys. Positive 3. All right. And to finish, the last question of the day. To finish. Can you guys help me with this point, please? Forget about this one. Forget about this one. This one doesn't exist. Forget about this one. Can you guys help me with this point? There. Can you guys help me, please? Can we find the polar coordinates of this point, please? As many people as can, please write down the answer. Nata Obando, please write down your answer. I want to see your answer. I want to see if you're working or not. Nata Quintero, please write down your answer. I want to see you, Nata. Nata Obando and Nata Quintero. Ooh, we have the first answer of the day. Beautiful. Thank you. We need more than one answer. So please, everybody, give it a try, please. Lizarazo, brother. Lizarazo. Lizarazo. I haven't seen you working in the chat. Please write down your answer. There you are. All right. Beautiful. A lot of answers. Beautiful. A lot of answers. Great. A lot of answers. Okay. Remember, we are not doing this point. We are not doing this one. Forget about this one. This one doesn't exist. We are doing this one over here. This, the little dot. All right. This is the one we're doing. This one. All right. We have a lot of answers. Let's take a look at the real one. So let's begin by doing the radius. So this will be the line for the radius, right? This will be the line, R. And again, as I said in the past, as I just said, like, what, 5 minutes ago, don't look at the number. Don't look. This is not -1. Don't look at the number. Don't look at the number. Don't look at the number. Count the spaces. This is one space. So R equals 1.
Well, teacher, you can really look at the number. What you can't look, it's the symbol.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Danny. Do not look at the symbol then. Count, all right? So R equals +1. +1, guys. All right, +1. Again, there is a way in which you could have said -1. There is a way. Actually, I'm seeing one person with that answer. 2 people. 3 people. Man, you guys are good. 4 people. All right, there is a way in which you could have said that. You could have said that. But let's try to do it in the regular way, all right? Okay, so this is +1. All right, let's erase some of this. Beautiful. Now that we have done that, let's think about the angle. And again, we start from this position, we go across this line, we go down across this line, and we end up here in the line. This is gonna be the angle. This is the theta, right? And how much is that? All right, this is 90 degrees plus another 90 plus another 90. So this is exactly 270 degrees. Degrees, do not forget about the little circle, degrees. For the people who forgot about the circle, guys, you have it wrong. Because you need to, if you don't put the circle, you're saying 270 radians. Again, not writing the circle means the number is in radians. And that is a mistake because we are calculating degrees here. Units are extremely important. Write down the degrees. You can do it like Tefa Cabrera did it. She didn't know how to do the little circle, so she just wrote the word degrees. That's okay, man. I mean, I would have do the little circle, but if you don't find the little circle, you don't worry. You just write the word degrees, and the things are fine. All right, things are fine. So let's write down the answer. Let's write down the answer. The angle will be the coordinates are gonna be 1,270 degrees. All right. Ooh, that 70 looks awful. Let me do it again. 270 degrees. These are the coordinates in polar coordinates. 1, 270 degrees. All right? All right, I'm gonna write it right. I'm gonna write it here. 1,270 degrees. Because I want to talk about what other people did, which is correct as well. But honestly, I feel like it is a little bit advanced. But I mean, if you want to do it that way, that's okay as well, you know? That is okay. What other people did, all right, teacher, what if I go up 90 degrees? That is okay. But that would make it so that the line is in this direction. And we don't want that because the line is in the opposite direction. The line is in the opposite. So we're going to say that 90 degrees is the angle, but then the R is -1. That can also be done. Some of you did that. I'm gonna call names because if you do it right, I want people to know that you did it right. Juan Esteban Patiño did it right. Natalia Obando did it right. Daniela Ruiz did it like that. That is okay. Juan Esteban Patiño even wrote down both answers. So that is correct. So again, another possible answer is -1, 90 degrees. Remember, if you change the radius, the sign of the radius, then you have to change also the degrees. Okay, this is another possibility. But there is another one. If we want to go there, there is another possibility. Now, I just want you to know how to do the first one, all right? The first one is the one I care about. But if you do the second one or the third that I'm about to show you, that things are all right as well. Look, the radius here is 1, right? But what if we go down? The angle is down. In this case, the angle is negative. The angle is -90. That is possible as well. That is possible as well. Remember, if the angle is down, then it's negative, right? This is negative degrees, right? So we have 1,90. 1, -90 degrees. Did you see that, guys? We have 3 possibilities, and 3 of these are correct. We even have a 4th possibility, which implies having the radius and the degrees negative. Look, we have positive, positive, negative, positive, positive, negative. We could have the last possibility, being negative something and negative something. I am not going to tell you this one because we run out of time. Again, if we do a quiz, which we will, I only care if you do the first one. If you do the rest, that's okay. But I only care for the first one. All right, guys? But we're not going to finish this here because we are going to continue for the next class. What I want you to do now is to please, before you leave, what I want you to do now is to please write down something in the chat or open the mic. Tell me. Goodbye, teacher. Go ahead and do that, and we'll see you the next class. Bye-bye, guys.
Goodbye, teacher.
Hey, Nico. Bye-bye, brother. Bye-bye.